Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in the previous video we have started reading with our chapter number 3 from the book Moments. The name of the chapter is Iswaran the Storyteller. So till now we have read about this person Iswaran, who is basically a cook of Mahendra, but he is having endless stories, or we can say endless anecdotes with him, and he used to narrate each and every story in a very dramatic manner, right? And now he was telling something about elephants, something about timber yard, and he was telling that how elephants, they were used to transport the huge logs into the lorries. So it was his habit that first of all he used to present a prologue, or we can say introduction, and then after he would start his detailed story. So now let's continue the chapter. One day a tusker escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about, stamping on bushes, tearing up wild creepers and breaking branches at will. So now Iswaran, he is narrating this story. So he is saying that one day one tusker was there. So what tusker means? Students, in this picture you all can see that elephants, they are having such white color long teeth. So such teeth are known as a tusk, and the elephants with such teeth, they are known as a tusker. So one day such a huge elephant was there, such tusker was there, and that tusker escaped from that timber yard, and then now he began to roam about. Roam about means walk about, or we can say wander about. So one huge elephant, one huge tusker was there in that timber yard, and one day he was able to escape from that timber yard, and now he was roaming about. Now he was walking around, stamping on bushes. And how he was stamping? So now let's see the meaning first. Stamping means to put foot down in a very heavy and noisy manner. So now he was stamping his feet everywhere, and because of that he was crushing each and everything. So there were bushes, so he was stamping on bushes, he was crushing the bushes, he was tearing up wild creepers. So what creepers means? In this picture you all can see such plants are known as creepers. So such wild creepers were there on his way. So he was tearing up all the creepers and he was breaking all the branches. So now there was no control over that elephant. So he was creating a lot of destruction and he was damaging each and everything that was there on his way. So he was damaging all the bushes, all the wild creepers and the branches that were there on his way. And at will means wherever he was going, he was creating a lot of destruction. You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Now Iswaran, he is saying something to Mahendra, and he is saying, you know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. So he is trying to say that this tusker, or we can say this elephant, he was mad at that time. He goes mad, and now there was no control over that elephant, and this was the reason he was creating a lot of destruction. Iswaran would get so caught up in the excitement of his own story that he would get up from the floor and jump about, stamping his feet in emulation of the mad elephant. So now the writer is saying that Iswaran, he would get so caught up in the excitement of his own story. Caught up means वो इतना ज़्यादा influenced हो जाता था because of the excitement of his own story that he would get up from the floor. So earlier he was just sitting on the floor and he was narrating the story, but now when he was presenting the description of the mad elephant, so now he just he would get up from the floor and now he was jumping about. How? Stamping his foot. Why? In emulation of the mad elephant. Emulation means to copy something, or we can say to copy someone. So Iswaran, this was his art of narration, this was his art of storytelling, right? So वो अपनी storytelling को इतना ज़्यादा impactful बना देता था that he was copying the act of that mad elephant, because now he was just jumping about and he was also stamping his feet just like the mad elephant. So this was his art of narrating the story, and he was actually very much excited while narrating all the stories, and he was totally under the influence of that excitement, right? So he was just presenting that how that mad elephant was behaving. So he was copying that attitude of a mad elephant, right? The elephant reached the outskirts of our town, breaking the fences down like matchsticks. He would continue, and after that again he would start to continue his story. And now Iswaran, he was saying that now that elephant, that tusker, now he reached the outskirts of our town, and now he was breaking the fences like matchsticks. So what fences means? In this picture you all can see such kind of boundaries known as fences. So there were fences, and now because he is a very big beast, he is a very huge elephant, so for him such fences, they are just like matchsticks. So he was breaking all the fences very easily, as if these fences are like matchsticks, okay, because he is such a huge beast, he is a huge elephant. So for him such fences, they were just like tiny pieces of matchsticks. So he was breaking very easily all the fences, okay. So in this way Iswaran, he was continuing his story. It came into the main road and smashed all the stalls selling fruits, mud pots and clothes. And now this elephant, he came into the main road, okay. So earlier it was in the timber yard, but now it was in the main road of that village, and now he was smashing all the stalls, okay. So on the main road there were so many stalls there, and now he was smashing all the stalls that were selling fruits and mud pots and clothes. So what mud pot means? It means pots that were made with mud, or we can say with clay. So such kind of stalls were there, and now this elephant, who is mad, so he is smashing each and everything. People ran helter-skelter in panic, and now all the people, they came to know that one huge elephant is there, and he is mad, and he is damaging each and everything. So all the people now, they were running. Helter-skelter means disorderly confusion, and panic means fear. So obviously all the people, they were so frightened, they were full of fear, and now they were running here and there in a confusion. The elephant now entered a school ground where children were playing, breaking through the brick wall. So now something very serious matter is there, because now that elephant, he entered into one of the school ground, and in that school ground children were there and they were playing. And how this elephant entered there? He just broke through the brick wall, okay. So that school boundary was made of brick, so he just broke the brick wall and he entered into the school ground, and in that school ground children were playing on the ground. All the boys ran into the classrooms and shut the doors tight. So now that elephant, he is there inside one of the schools. So now all the boys who were playing earlier in the playground of the school, now when they saw that one elephant is there, so all the boys, they just ran into the classroom and then they shut the doors very tightly. The beast grunted and wandered about, pulling out the football goalpost, tearing down the volleyball net, kicking and flattering the drum kept for water, and uprooting the shrubs. So now that elephant, he was creating a lot of destruction here in the school also. So that beast, so that elephant, that tusker is regarded as a beast here. So that elephant, now it was grunting. So what grunt means? It means to make a loud sound. So now that elephant, he was making a loud sound because now he was very much angry, and now he was wandering about in the playground of the school, and he was pulling out the football goal post. So in this picture you all can see, this is the football goal post. So such kind of football goal post was there in that school playground. So now that elephant, first of all, he just pulled out that football goal post, and then next he was tearing down the volleyball net. So such kind of volleyball net was also there. So next he was tearing out this kind of net, and then he was kicking and flattering the drum. So one big drum was there that was kept for water in the school. So when he saw that drum, so he started to kick and flatter that drum, and next he was uprooting the shrubs. So some shrubs were there. Shrubs means plants. So some plants were there. So now he was uprooting all the plants, all the shrubs that were there. So now that elephant, he is there in the school, and all the kids are also in the school. They are in the classroom, and this elephant, he is creating a lot of destruction here in the school. Meanwhile, all the teachers had climbed up to the terrace of the school building. From there, they helplessly watched the depredations of the elephants. Now in the school there were teachers also. So all the teachers now they had climbed up to the terrace of the school building, and from there they were watching helplessly all the depredations that was caused by the elephant. So what depredations means? It means a severe damage, or we can say a lot of destruction that was caused by the elephant. So teacher obviously they were totally helpless, because elephant, he was such a huge animal and he was mad at that time. He was full of anger, so no one was able to control that elephant, control that animal. So teachers were also helpless, and they were watching all the damage, all the destruction that was caused by the elephant. There was not a soul below on the ground, and now the ground of the school, it was total empty. Not a single soul was there. It means not a single person was there on the ground, because there was elephant, right? One mad elephant was there, so obviously not a single person was there. The streets were empty, as if the inhabitants of the entire town had suddenly disappeared. And now the streets of the village, they were also empty, because all the people, they were inside the houses just to save themselves. So the streets were totally empty, as if the inhabitants of the entire town, inhabitants means citizen, people who were living there in that town, so as if all the inhabitants of the town, they had suddenly disappeared. And actually they have disappeared, because now they were all inside the houses just to save themselves, because outside there was a huge mad beast, one huge elephant was there that was causing a lot of destruction. So all the people were inside the houses. So this was the reason that all the streets of the town, of the village, they were totally empty. I was standing in the junior class at that time and was watching the whole drama from the rooftop. Now next, Iswaran, he was narrating that at that time he was studying in the junior class, right? And he was also in the school, and he was watching the entire drama from the rooftop. So he was also on the terrace of the school along with the other teachers and the other students, and he was also watching the entire drama, the whole drama. And what drama here means? It means all the destruction that elephant was causing. So Iswaran was saying that he was also watching the entire drama. I don't know what came over me suddenly. I grabbed a cane from the hands of one of the teachers and ran down the stairs and into the open. Next, Iswaran is saying that suddenly Iswaran was also not at all aware from this thing that what happened to him or what came over him, because what did he do? He just grabbed a cane from the hands of one of the teachers. So we have read that all the teachers, they were also there on the terrace of the school building. So one of the teacher, he was having a cane in his hand. So what cane means? In this picture you all can see such kind of stick is known as cane. So one of the teacher, he was having such kind of stick, such kind of cane in his hand. So Iswaran, suddenly he grabbed that cane from the hands of one of the teachers, and then he ran down the stairs and into the open. Into the open means into that open ground where that mad elephant was. So this is the story of Iswaran. So he is saying that suddenly what happened to him, actually he also is not at all aware from that thing, but he just grabbed that stick and he came down the stairs, and now he was in that open ground in front of that wild mad elephant. The elephant grunted and menacingly swung a branch of a tree which it held in its trunk. So now Iswaran is there in front of the elephant, and when the elephant saw Iswaran, one little child is there in front of him. So what was the reaction of the elephant? So now the elephant, one more time he grunted, he made a very loud sound, and then menacingly means in a threatening manner. So next, in a very threatening manner, the elephant, he swung a branch of a tree which it held in its trunk. So in its trunk the elephant was having one branch, and he swung that branch in a very threatening manner, as if he just wanted to threaten to Iswaran that just go away from here, otherwise he will use that branch to hit Iswaran. It stamped its feet, kicking up a lot of mud and dust, and now this elephant is even more angry that how one small boy can stand in front of him. So now what the elephant was doing, now it was stamping its feet one more time, and he was kicking up a lot of mud and dust. So it was the school playground, so there was dust, so he was stamping his feet, and because of that a lot of mud, a lot of dust was there. It looked frightening, and obviously that huge elephant for Iswaran, that elephant was looking so much frightening. But I moved slowly towards it, stick in hand. But Iswaran, that little boy, still he was determined that he will be there, and now he was moving slowly even forwards, and that stick, that cane, it was still in his hand. Iswaran was holding that cane, that stick in his hands, and he was moving towards the elephant, and the elephant, he was even more angry. The elephant was stamping its feet, and he was having one huge branch in its trunk. Okay, but Iswaran, he is having no fear. He is moving forward, and he is having a tiny stick in his hand. People were watching the scene, hypnotized from nearby house tops, and all the people who were there, so now they were watching this entire scene, that in the playground of the school one mad huge elephant is there, and one small boy who is in the junior class who is there in front of that elephant. So this scene, all the people, they were watching this scene, how hypnotized means to control one's mind and action. So all the people, they were watching this scene as if they all are hypnotized, right? It means they were unable to see, they were unable to feel anything else. They were just looking towards this scene, and how from nearby house tops. Okay, तो स्कूल के पास जो घर बने हुए थे, उन घर के टॉप्स, यानी कि उन घर की रूफ, उन घर के टेरेस से, there were so many people, and now they all were watching this entire scene as if they all are hypnotized. The elephant looked at me red-eyed, ready to rush towards me, and now the elephant, he was looking at a small boy Iswaran, how red-eyed. Red-eyed means he was full of anger, and he was ready to rush towards Iswaran. It lifted its trunk and trumpeted loudly, and now just to show, you know, his anger, the elephant, he lifted his trunk and then he trumpeted loudly. Trumpet is the sound that is made by elephant. So elephant, he just wanted to show his anger, so it just lifted the trunk and then it trumpeted in a very loud manner. At that moment, I moved forward and mustering all my force, wagged its third toenail on the quick. But that little boy Iswaran, still he was having no fear, and what did he do? He just moved forward towards the elephant and now mustering all the force. So what mustering means? It means to find support, or we can say courage. So he was gathering up all the courage, and then with all the force he wagged. Wagged means to hit hard. He hit hard the third toenail of the elephant with the help of that cane that he was having, and in a very quick manner. So this was the reaction of that little boy Iswaran. He was having that cane, that stick in his hand. So elephant is very much angry. It was stamping its feet, it was making a lot of noise, it was, you know, trumpeting again and again just to show how angry he is. But Iswaran, the little boy, he is not at all frightened. He was moving forward towards the elephant, and now with the help of that cane, it hit hard where? On the third toenail of the elephant very quickly. The beast looked stunned for a moment, then it shivered from head to foot and collapsed. So now what was the reaction? That, you know, when that small boy Iswaran, he hit that third toenail of that elephant. So what happened next? Next, the beast, that elephant, now it looked stunned for a moment. Stunned means he was very much shocked at what happened. So it was looking in a very stunning manner, and then it shivered from head to toe. floor, right? And then finally the elephant, it collapsed. So what collapsed means? It means to fell down. So that huge beast, finally it fell down on the ground. At this point, Iswaran would leave the story unfinished and get up, mumbling, I will be back after lighting the gas and warming up the dinner. So obviously this is the peak point of the excitement, this is the peak point of the conclusion of the story, that what happened next, क्या हुआ था जिसकी वजह से वो beast, वो elephant, you know, जैसे collapse हो गया था. So ईश्वरन इसके बाद क्या करता है, वो story complete नहीं कर रहा है, but next at this point ईश्वरन, he would just leave the story unfinished and then he would get up. How? Mumbling. Mumbling means to speak in a very quiet manner. So he would get up mumbling and he would say, I will be back after lighting the gas and warming up the dinner. So he just left the story at the very peak point of the conclusion, when, you know, there was so much thriller, so much suspense was there. So at that point he just left the story. Mahendra, who had been listening with rapt attention, would be left hanging. So obviously Mahendra, who was listening this entire story with so much attention, rapt means interested, so he was actually very much interested, he was listening the story with lot of attention. So now he would be left hanging, now he was in between the story, now he was having no idea that what will happen next. When he returned, Iswaran would not pick up the thread of the story right away, and when after some time Iswaran, when he returned from the kitchen, so ऐसा भी नहीं था कि आने के बाद he would start the story immediately. So writer is saying that, you know, when Iswaran he returned, so after that he would not pick up the thread of the story right away. It means he did not restart the story immediately. Mahendra would have to remind him that the conclusion was pending, but it was Mahendra who reminded Iswaran that still the conclusion is pending, still he did not finish his story, right? So इस तरह से वो suspense में छोड़ देता था, वो complete नहीं करता था, finish नहीं करता था, because he wanted this thing that, you know, Mahendra, he should ask about the conclusion, okay? So he just wanted to create that suspense, he just wanted to create that thrill, right, in the mind and heart of Mahendra. So this was his art of telling the story. So when he would come back, so at that time Mahendra, he would have to remind him that still the conclusion of the story is pending. Well, a veterinary doctor was summoned to revive the animal, and when Mahendra he asked about the conclusion of the story, then Iswaran he would say that, well, one of the veterinary doctor was called, summoned means to call, so he would say that one of the doctor was called to revive the animal. So what revive means? Revive means to bring back to consciousness. It means वो animal, वो elephant collapse क्यों हो गया था? Because it was unconscious. So to bring back to his consciousness, one veterinary doctor was called. Iswaran would shrug casually, और इसवरन ये बात कैसे कहता था? In a very casual manner, okay? वो अपने shoulders को हल्का सा shrug कर लेता था, and in a very casual manner he would say that, yeah, well, one doctor was called to just revive the animal. 2 days later, it was led away by its mahout to the jungle, and after 2 days, when now that elephant it was all right, so after 2 days the mahout of that elephant he came and he just led away the animal to the jungle again. Well, how did you manage to do it, Iswaran? How did you bring down the beast? So obviously Mahendra he just wanted to know that what actually happened to that animal, because Iswaran he was just having a cane, a stick in his hand, and with the help of that stick, how Iswaran was able to, you know, unconscious that wild, that huge beast. So Mahendra wanted to ask this, and his question was that, okay, tell me, how did you manage to do it, Iswaran? How did you bring down the beast, right? So Mahendra he actually is very much interested in the story and he wanted to know each and everything. It has something to do with a Japanese art, I think, sir. Karate or Jiu-Jitsu it is called. So what is the answer of Iswaran? He would say that, okay, sir, I think whatever he did at that time, it is something to do with a Japanese art. And what is the name of the art? So Iswaran was not very much sure about the name of the art. So he would say that it may be karate or Jiu-Jitsu. He is not very much sure, but it is something Japanese art. I had read about it somewhere. It temporarily paralyzes the nervous system, you see, and how this art helped at that time. So next he would explain and he would say that he had read about this thing, about this art somewhere, and because of this art is able to temporarily paralyze the nervous system of anyone, of any animal. So he used this art, and with the help of this art he was able to make that huge animal unconscious. Okay, so this was the reply of Iswaran. Not a day passed without Iswaran recounting some story packed with adventure, horror and suspense. So this was the story that was narrated by Iswaran about one elephant, about one tusker. So now writer is saying that there was not a single day that passed without Iswaran recounting some story, and always all the stories of Iswaran, they were packed, they were full with adventure, horror and suspense. Because in the chapter earlier we have read that Iswaran, he himself used to read all the thriller books, right, that were in Tamil language. So all the stories that are narrated by Iswaran, they were full with horror, suspense, thriller and adventure. Whether the story was credible or not, Mahendra enjoyed listening to it because of the inimitable way in which it was told. And now the writer is saying that, you know, whether the story was credible or not. So what credible means? Credible means trustworthy. So now just tell me, you know, जो story अभी हमने पढ़ी थी about one elephant. So can you believe on that story that one small boy who is in the junior class, and that boy is there in front of a huge big elephant that is mad at that time, and he is able to make that elephant unconscious. So this is something that we cannot believe. So writer is saying that all the stories that were told by Iswaran, so whether they were credible, whether they were trustworthy or not, but still Mahendra, he used to enjoy all the stories. He enjoyed listening all the stories. Why? Because of the inimitable way. What inimitable means? It means incomparable way in which it was told. So we have seen this thing also earlier in the chapter, that Iswaran was having a very unique way of narration, because he was you know, full of excitement. He was under the influence of the story, and even in this story that is about one elephant, he was copying the behavior of the mad elephant. Okay, so this is the art of the storytelling. Because of that, Mahendra, he would enjoy all the stories that were told by Iswaran. Iswaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahendra's living quarters. So now writer is saying this thing that, you know, Mahendra जो था, he would enjoy all the stories of Iswaran, कि जो Iswaran था वो एक TV ना होने की चीज़ को भी, you know, he would make up for this thing also. It means Mahendra, he was not having any TV in his quarter, right? So TV ना होने का क्या मतलब है? He was not having any entertainment in his life, and for that Iswaran, he was the one who would bring all the entertainment in Mahendra's life. Okay, so Mahendra, now he was not having any kind of regret that why TV is not there, because Iswaran was there and he was equal, his stories were equally interesting and all the enjoyment was there in his stories. Okay, so for Mahendra, Iswaran was the source of his entertainment, he was the source of his enjoyment. One morning when Mahendra was having breakfast, Iswaran asked, "Can I make something special for dinner tonight, sir?" So now writer is narrating a next thing, and he is saying that, you know, one morning when Mahendra, when he was having his breakfast, so at that time Iswaran asked that, "Can I make something special tonight for today's dinner, sir?" After all, today is an auspicious day. According to tradition, we prepare various delicacies to feed the spirits of our ancestors today, sir. And why he wanted to make something special for dinner? So next he explained that today it is one of auspicious day, and according to the tradition, according to the custom, this is the day when, you know, they all prepare various delicacies. Delicacies means finest, very in a variety of delicious things, delicious dishes. Why? To feed the spirits of our ancestors. Ancestors means forefathers. Okay, so according to Iswaran, that that day was very auspicious, and on that day they should prepare so many varieties of good food, and they would feed the spirits of the forefathers, the spirits of the ancestors that day. That night Mahendra enjoyed the most delicious dinner and complimented Iswaran on his culinary skills. So Mahendra, he agreed that yes, he can make a special dinner, and so Iswaran, he actually made a delicious dinner with lot of varieties, okay. And that night Mahendra, he actually enjoyed the most delicious dinner, and after dinner Mahendra, he complimented Iswaran. Compliment means to praise. So Iswaran, he was actually very good in cooking, and he cooked very good food. So after dinner Mahendra, he complimented him, he praised him on his culinary skill. Culinary means cooking skill, okay. So he was a very good cook, and he was able to cook delicious dinner, and the dinner was very much delicious. So this was the reason that after dinner Mahendra, he complimented, he praised his cooking skills. He seemed very pleased, but unexpectedly launched into a most garish account involving the supernatural. So that day Mahendra, he was very much pleased. Why? Because he enjoyed such a delicious dinner, so he was very much happy. But then in a very unexpected manner, he launched into a most garish account. So what garish means? It means unpleasant, okay. So he was very much happy, but suddenly he was into one of the unpleasant situation, and that situation was having some supernatural power. So what supernatural means? It means something that cannot be explained by the law of science, or we can say by the law of logic, okay. So all the things that are beyond science, or we can say that are beyond the logic, that things are known as supernatural. So that day Mahendra, he was very much happy. He was having such a delicious dinner, so he was very much happy, he was very much pleased. But suddenly he was into a very unpleasant situation where supernatural things were involved. So what is the situation? Let's read. You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground, he started. So why Mahendra, he was in a very unpleasant situation? Because Iswaran, one more time he was there with one of his story. So now he was saying that, you know, sir, this entire factory area where we are occupying right now, so once this entire area was a burial ground. So what burial ground means? It means a ground where all the dead bodies, they are buried under the ground. So he is saying that, you know, this area where the factory is right now, so earlier this area, this ground was a burial ground. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant reverie he had drifted into after the satisfying meal. So ye sunte hi Mahendra, he was very much uncomfortable, and he was jerked out of the pleasant reverie. Reverie means lost in thoughts, okay. So Mahendra, he was very much happy, he was very much pleased, and he was having happy thoughts in his mind, but suddenly he was very much uncomfortable, okay. So that day he enjoyed a very satisfying meal, a very delicious dinner he had, and he was very much happy, he was very much pleased, he was lost in his happy thoughts. But suddenly when Iswaran, when he said this thing, so he was very much uncomfortable. I knew on the first day itself when I saw a human skull lying on the path. But Iswaran, he continued the story, and next he was saying that I knew on the very first day itself that, you know, this place was earlier a burial ground. Why? Because Iswaran, he saw one human skull lying on the path. So what human skull means? In this picture you all can see, this is the human skull. So according to Iswaran, there was one human skull on the path, and Iswaran, he saw that human skull, and because of that he knew that earlier this place was a burial ground. Even now I come across a number of skulls and bones, Iswaran continued, and even he is saying this thing that even now many times he came across a number of skulls and bones. It means there are so many dead bodies under the ground, so many times some skulls and some bones are there, and he is able to see all those bones and skulls for so many times. So in this picture you all can see, this is that person Iswaran, and he is carrying the vegetables and here are some skulls and bones that are lying on the ground. So this is the story of Iswaran this time, and obviously this story is having so much horror and suspense, and Mahendra, he is very much uncomfortable this time because obviously he is not liking this story. He is having no likeness, no fondness for such stories, okay, but Iswaran, he is narrating, he is telling the story. So what will happen next, we will come to know in the next video. So see you in the next video. Thank you.